Welcome to Machine Solutions, the place where the incredible journey of wood begins. In this video, we'll take you deep into the forest, where powerful machines cut through massive trees and follow the woods step by step, all the way to processing for firewood and mulch. From logging with precision chainsaws to powerful wood splitters and grinders, to clean, efficient firewood ready to warm homes across North America. You'll see how modern forestry equipment works together, like a well-oiled machine. It's a story of power, efficiency, and smart technology, turning raw timber into valuable products that keep industries moving and families warm during cold winters. Our journey begins at the very heart of the forest. Before any sawmill, before any processor, it all starts here, with skilled operators and reliable tools. Standing tall is a giant tree, decades in the making. This is where the Husqvarna 560XP2 comes into play. This professional-grade chainsaw is trusted by loggers around the world for its balance of raw power and precise control. As the saw roars to life, its sharp chain bites smoothly into the bark, cutting through the massive trunk with ease. Experienced loggers know controlling the direction of the fall is just as important as making the cut. A well-placed notch ensures the tree lands exactly where it should, protecting nearby trees, workers, and equipment. Once the final cut is made, the tree gives way, and with a deep thud, it falls safely to the ground. This is the first step in a long and productive journey. After felling, operators use smaller chainsaws or specialized trimming saws to remove the branches. Nothing goes to waste. The clean trunk will be processed into lumber or firewood, while branches and smaller wood pieces are reserved for chipping and mulching. The logs are then cut into manageable lengths depending on their final destination. For firewood, that might mean sections around 16 to 20 inches long, perfect for most wood stoves. tree felled represents both a responsibility and a resource. Sustainable forestry ensures that for every tree harvested, new growth is managed and maintained, keeping the forest healthy for generations to come. Once the trees are felled, trimmed, and cut into sections, it's time to move them out of the forest. This is where powerful skidders, loaders, and logging trucks come into action. The journey continues at the processing yard, where raw logs meet the Multitek 2040 Firewood processor. This incredible machine is built for speed and efficiency, capable of producing up to 7 cords of firewood per hour. For many families across America, especially in colder regions, firewood is more than just fuel. It's a source of warmth, comfort, and independence during long winters. Logs are fed onto the infeed deck, where a hydraulic clamp secures each piece in place. A powerful circular saw blade slices through the wood, cutting it to uniform lengths. Immediately after cutting, the log is pushed through a high-efficiency splitter. The steel wedge divides the wood cleanly into pieces of just the right size for burning. Whether it's oak, maple, or birch, the Multitek 2040 can handle even the toughest hardwoods. What once stood as towering trees in the forest now transforms into neatly stacked firewood, ready to be dried, delivered, and used in wood stoves and furnaces across North America. For older generations, heating with wood isn't just practical, it's a way of life. It brings back memories of family gatherings, crackling fireplaces, and the satisfying work of stacking firewood for the season ahead. Modern processors like the Multitek 2040 honor that tradition while making the work safer and more efficient than ever. But the journey doesn't end with just firewood. In modern forestry, nothing goes to waste. Every branch, twig, and piece of bark has value. That's where the HG6800TX horizontal grinder comes in, a true powerhouse designed for massive land clearing and biomass processing. After the main trunks are removed, operators feed the remaining branches, stumps, and smaller wood material into this machine. A wide infeed and heavy-duty rotor system shred everything into fine, uniform chips. These wood chips serve many purposes: as mulch for landscaping and agriculture, as biomass fuel for power generation, as raw material for paper and composite wood products. This process not only reduces waste, but also supports a circular economy where every part of the tree contributes to something useful. The HG6800TX is built to handle tough jobs. Its track system allows it to operate on uneven terrain, making it ideal for remote logging sites. With tremendous grinding power, it turns what used to be considered forest waste into valuable products in minutes. This efficient use of resources is one of the cornerstones of sustainable forestry. By converting branches and offcuts into mulch and biomass, logging operations can reduce environmental impact, improve soil health in reforestation areas, and supply renewable energy industries. This is how modern forestry not only supports economic growth, but also helps protect natural resources for future generations. And so, the journey comes full circle, from towering trees deep in the forest, to warm fireplaces in homes across America, and even to mulch that nourishes new growth. With powerful tools like the Husqvarna chainsaw, the Multitek 2040 Firewood processor, and the HG6800TX grinder, Modern forestry blends tradition with innovation. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you love machines, forests, and the power of technology, don't forget to subscribe to Machine Solutions for more incredible stories from the field.